Hello from Cookbook Divas. This is Carrie, and it is Sunday morning, and I'm about to go out to brunch, which is why I'm wearing all this sparkle. But I'm laughing because my beige silvery shirt and my beige kitchen backdrop kind of are clashing and making my camera make me look really beige. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm starting off this live stream by saying we're going to be here about 45 minutes looking through my cookbook library haul. And I like to look through cookbooks with you so that it helps you decide if you need to own that cookbook or not. And I would love to hear from you if there's any particular cookbook genres you'd like us to look through in the next week or two, because we'll get it from the library. For example, I haven't looked through a lot of Japanese cookbooks, and I want to get some of those. And I always have tons of Mediterranean cookbooks, but I don't have any cookbooks from Portugal to look through. So I want to get this started off by saying, let's see which product I'm going to focus on. I always have tea nearby. This is a Sur La Table Christmas mug, but I didn't see it available on Amazon. Sad face. But I am drinking Taylor's green tea with lemon today because I'm too lazy to actually slice up a lemon and put it in here. Thanks for joining us. I'd love to hear whoever's watching, where are you from? And what is your favorite kind of food to cook from a cookbook? For me, it would be quick and easy. That's my specialty. Anyway, I'm drinking Taylor's green tea with lemon today because I alternate every other day. I do black tea for the benefits that black tea has, and then I switch to green tea for the antioxidants. But I do prefer the taste of black tea, personally. Before we move on, I have lit a candle in my office. Let's see if I can find it here on Amazon. It is Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast, and it's really pretty and pink, so I don't put it in the bedroom where my boyfriend has to see it because it's too pinky stinky. There it is, Champagne Toast. But it's just like a nice soft floral. It's not too powdery. It's a little bit sweet, but it's not hitting me in the face with vanilla like some of those candles that are cookie scented are just too much. They make me hungry. So I like to light a candle while I'm doing live streams just to make my office smell nice. And the final thing I wanted to mention here was I am wearing, and I don't know if you can see it, I love wearing glittery makeup when I'm wearing a glittery shirt. So this is Pretty Rich by Too Faced. And look at all those glitters. Love them. Okay, let's get to the cookbooks. That's what you're here for, though. I'm going to start off with Diana Henry's Roast Figs Sugar Snow. We're going to take a quick peek through it. I've never looked through, so this isn't a cookbook review because I have no idea what's in here because I was waiting to look through it with you. And I'm going to get my reader glasses on because I need them. I still have good eyesight for driving, but not necessarily for looking at little cookbooks up close. And these are by Foster Grant. Right now they're $15 on Amazon. I think they're the 2.0s, which is what I need. So now I have to find this cookbook to feature it without destroying my camera. Okay, where am I? Baltic Feast, Chicken, Curate. We have a lot of cookbooks we're going to go through today. So I have a huge list, and I'm having trouble finding this one. Aha! Roast figs. So Diana Henry has written tons of cookbooks, and right now, because I'm live and nervous, off the top of my head, I cannot remember her other ones, but we are big fans of them. So photographs are by Jason Lowe. The publisher is Mitchell Beasley, and this is Winter Food to Warm the Soul, and I love reading winter cookbooks in winter because I do cook differently. Do you? And I'm looking to see if anyone's chatting yet. Hello, thanks for joining us. Love to hear where you're watching from. So I'm guessing from the photography, this cookbook is a little bit older, like pre-2017. Am I right? 2005, yeah. So the table of contents are Ripe and Ready, Gathering In, Earthly Pleasures, Field Days, Tales from the Hunt, The Fat of the Land, Of Wood and Smoke, Smoked Food, Apples in the Attic, ooh, and that chapter will focus on apples, pears, and quinces. Then there's an entire chapter on the color purple, which is plums, damsons, and figs. And I don't think I've eaten a damson. Have you? I'm not sure what that is. Then we move on to Winter on Your Tongue, which is herbs, spices, and sour cream. And then From Bush and Bog, cranberries, blackberries, sloes, and rose hips. And finally, we end up with Sugar Snow, maple syrup. So I just want to give you a quick idea of what some of the pictures and recipes in here look like. Ooh, this is a giant photo of a tartiflette, whatever that is. Wow, this is kind of French inspired because there's a pommes de terre bretoises, a fondue savoyard. Okay, a salad, something I can pronounce, a salad of pear, hazelnuts, and cashel blue cheese. What is cashel blue cheese? Does anybody know? There's pecan and pear upside down cake. Looks good. I'm not sure this is the best food photography. That's kind of giant, but maybe back in 2005 it's what they did. Okay, a winter picture. Let's keep looking and see what's going on here. Savoy cabbage with garlic and juniper and red cabbage with cranberries. I'm not much of a fan of cabbage, but if you put some cranberries in there, I might actually eat that. Roast beet salad. Oh, Tales from the Hunt. I'm not going to show you this dead rabbit. I don't want to see that. Okay, stuffed quail with marmalade and whiskey. Oh, hello. Beef pie with wild mushrooms and cheese. My boyfriend would love to eat that. Oh my gosh. Let's jump ahead because I can't show you the whole cookbook. That's not fair to the author. Smoked fish platter with Granny Millar's wheaten bread. Still waiting to hear some comments in here. Somebody start the conversation, please. Roasted rib pork chops. And here's the color purple chapter. I don't know what a damson is. Roast figs and plums in vodka with cardamom cream. That's a little bit above my personal skill level, I have to say, of cooking. Gin and juniper cured salmon. That is a recipe I have never seen in a cookbook before, and I look through a lot of them, I have to say. And let's do one final one. How about a dessert? Danish Christmas kringle with cardamom. So I guess if you're going to cook out of roast figs and sugar snow, you definitely are going to need to have a lot of cardamom on hand. All right. Thanks for joining us. Please let me know in the comments. Aha! Over on YouTube, which Amazon doesn't want me to mention that I'm streaming there too, but I am. Shoshana B. from Michigan. Southern desserts are her favorite to make from a cookbook. And we have someone watching from Israel. Oh my goodness. And it's the evening there. And figs. Oh, Israeli figs. Yes. And ABC is watching. And my favorite cookbook for baking desserts is actually probably, I like cake books. Oh, one of the Donna Hay cookbooks probably, or Martha Stewart. They make it so easy. So next up, I wanted to look through, and this is just a random library haul, The Essential Jewish Baking Cookbook, 50 Traditional Recipes for Every Occasion by Beth A. Lee. I was glad to get this at the library because it's been on hold forever because it just came out in November 2021, and a lot of people have been asking us to look through this. So I'm very happy to be checking it out on Amazon Live. Beth A. Lee, photography by Annie Martin. The publisher is Rock Ridge Press, one of our favorite cookbook publishers. It's dedicated to my dear Bubby, a brilliant baker who never wrote down a recipe. May this book bring her baking back to life. That's so sweet. Oh, my goodness. So our YouTube friends are nice and chatty. Hello, Irit. You're a Jewish. Do you own this cookbook? But our Amazon friends are not very chatty. Fine. So let's check out the table of contents. Chapter 1, the Jewish bakery intro. Chapter 2, challah, babka, and breads. And please pardon me if I am mispronouncing things. I'm doing my best. Don't be offended. Chapter 3, sweet and savory pastries. Chapter 4, cookies and cakes. Chapter 5, more treats and toppings. Woo! So I'm going to just quickly look through. How many cookbooks would I say I own, says Shoshana B. Well, from the library, I currently have over 50 checked out because we look through 5 a day, and the library is going to be closed because of President's Day holiday here in America. So I checked out a lot. And then in my office, I would say 300 or 400. And in my kitchen, they're on a bookshelf and they're stacked probably a couple hundred. We're just getting to the point of blogging about cookbooks after 2 years of doing this. The publishers are starting to send us free cookbooks because they want us to look through them. It took a long time to get to that spot. And then we save them all because what if we need to refer to them, or what if we're doing a group of, we're going to talk about pie cookbooks today, so I can't give any of them away. So I'm quickly running into bookshelf issues. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to read the intro to the Jewish bakery chapter before we move on. She writes that every experienced home baker has their own arsenal of gadgets, equipment, and methods they can't live without in the kitchen. If you don't have experience baking, this chapter will provide the next best thing. Guidance on tools and techniques to bake any recipe in the book. She writes that her grandma's kitchen was the size of a small closet, but she baked enough to feed a large extended family along with half the neighborhood. No exaggeration. Whether you want to bake profusely or just occasionally, this chapter will give you the knowledge and confidence you need to start baking. Okay, I want to show you a couple of the recipes. I'm noticing we're learning about kosher baking and techniques about the recipes. We haven't got to an actual recipe yet, and we're in chapter 2 now. So here come the recipes. And Irit says she has a very old Jewish cookbook from South Africa. I actually don't know if you're male or female. I shouldn't judge by the name. And you have many cooking and baking books. So here is a recipe, and I don't see a picture for it. Deli style, no knead rye bread. I do like to not knead bread if I don't have to. Marbled rice sandwich bread. I'd love to see a picture of it. Bubby's challah, and there's step-by-step photos. I love those because it helps me figure out what it's supposed to look like. But I'm not seeing a lot of photographs. Okay. I personally need a lot of photos in a cookbook, so I probably am not going to rush out and buy this once I take it back to the library, because I need photos, but I am very, very curious about the recipes, because here's sweet challah rolls with apple currant filling. That would be so nice to serve at an outdoor tea party in spring. Irit is a 67-year-old woman. Nice to meet you. I am a 52, almost 53-year-old grandma. Here's, a Yemenite flatbread and a Yemenite pancake, and I'd love to see pictures of what they look like. Maya's pillowy pita. I like making my own pita bread. If I have to, I'll buy some at Trader Joe's. So the chapter separators have gorgeous photos, but unfortunately the recipes don't. So I don't know if I can recommend this cookbook just based on the photography, but the recipes look so intriguing. So I am going to look through this later when I get home today, but not on camera. Next up, sweet potato sole. I grabbed this because it's 100 easy vegan recipes, and we have a lot of vegans that watch us on Cookbook Divas. This is Southern flavors of smoke, sugar, spice, and sole. So I'm going to look through this really briefly. Jenny Claiborne, because I don't want to bore those of you that aren't vegan or don't cook vegan recipes. This came out in 2018. It's dedicated to her Nana. Table of contents. They're keeping it really simple. It's breakfast, salads and soups, greens and sides, mains, sweets and drinks, pantry staples and sauces. Okay. She writes that she's become accustomed to being asked if it's difficult to be a vegan from the South. And actually, she's come to enjoy the question. I have to admit, for my 50th birthday, I'm a vegetarian. I went to New Orleans with both of my sisters who are vegan, and they had a hard time finding stuff to eat in New Orleans. Oh, beautiful photography. Southern food. She's teaching us about it. There's the author, and here she is on the back too. And it is Black History Month, so we are trying to feature cookbooks by Black authors as much as possible to honor them, but I didn't realize that before I picked up the book, so bonus. She's giving us healthy cooking tips, but we want to see recipes. I'll skip ahead to the breakfast chapter. Hello, Annie. Thank you for joining us and for commenting, because right now on my Amazon Live, everyone's being all quiet. That's fine. Fluffy sweet potato biscuits. So I'm glad that our YouTube fans are joining us. Oh, peach cobbler breakfast muffins. Yep. Looks good. Skipping ahead. Oh, sweet potato pecan cinnamon rolls. Is that something you would eat? I'm not a fan of sweet potato, and I'm allergic to cinnamon, but I love pecans. I probably would not make this personally. And, cinnamon allergy is not that big of a deal to me. I can't eat a lot of apple pie and pumpkin pie unless I make it myself, but at least I'm not allergic to chocolate or wine, right? That would suck. Georgia watermelon peach salad, sweet potato bisque soup. I would eat that even though I don't like sweet potatoes. I would definitely eat that. Red pepper aioli, jalapeno hush puppies. Tender mess au collard greens. And they're vegan because everything in here I can eat because it's a vegan cookbook. But I would add some butter because I'm vegetarian, not vegan. Spicy fried cauliflower, quote-unquote, chicken. And cornbread dressing. I might have to get this cookbook for my stepsister and my sister who are vegan. Oyster mushroom etouffee. Now that looks so good. Especially because it's winter and I'm coming in and I want it, if I'm shoveling snow, which it might snow here in Seattle tomorrow, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but that's not fair because I don't have to commute because I work at home in this office. Smoky black-eyed pea cakes. Strawberry shortcake. Yum. I think we better move on to the next cookbook because I have a brunch to go to. And you have things to do too. Let's look at something sweet and cute and colorful. Kawaii Sweet World. Hello to my YouTube viewer. We look through cookbooks that I grabbed from the library to help us decide if we need to buy them on Amazon or if we just return them to the library and move on. This is Kawaii Sweet World, 75 yummy recipes for baking that's almost too cute to eat, by Rachel Fong, and it's glittery. I don't know if you can see. It's glittered. It feels really good under my finger. She's the creator of the popular YouTube show, Kawaii Sweet World, I'm assuming. Okay, this came out in 2019, and it was so adorable that when I picked it up at the library, I just had to bring it home. Here's our author. I'm going to take a sip of my green tea to make sure my voice doesn't leave on me today. So the chapters are cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies and pastries, bars and brownies, cake pops, candy, and other sweets. And it's not a children's cookbook, but I'm an aunt and I like to bake for my nephews, but they're getting older. They're all above 16. So I can't really do cute stuff like this for them. Although they'll like it. They'll just pretend they don't because they have, I'm not a baby. Oh, cute. How to use this book. Look at that little panda on the fork. And a little handheld wedding cake style. That's so cute. Okay, how about, she's recommending the best candies to use. She's teaching us how to store baked goods. I store mine in a cookie jar. Here is a recipe for a corgi cake. That's adorable. I don't know if I have the skills personally to make it look like that. I'm not sure. There's a cat cake. I can't show you all the pictures in the book, so I'm going to skip ahead and try to find something really glorious. Oh, there's templates at the back of the book to help you cut stuff out. This is a giant popsicle cake. How cute is that? And a bubble tea cake. This lady's really creative. I like it. I love cookbooks like this with just cute stuff. Okay, who here throws an Easter party in the spring? I do not anymore now that my boys are so big, but I go to other people's Easter parties, and there's a bunny cake. It's adorable. A bunny carrot cake, to be specific. Unicorns are so trendy right now. Why are they so trendy? I don't know. Hello, Amazon viewer. Thanks for joining us. I'd love to hear where you're watching from us, too. When you see me looking off to the side, it's my iPhone, where I can see my Amazon Live viewers and what they're saying. How about some koala cupcakes? Adorable. There's not a lot of cookbooks where I've seen koala cupcakes, so I appreciate how clever this one is and how creative and unusual. Gingerbread cupcakes with little faces. Cute. That would be great at Christmas. Oh, nice. Okay. We're going to look through. Here's watermelon cupcakes for summer. All of these look like a lot of work, and I'm not so good at piping. I actually had an accident, and my hand is only like 90% functional, so when I'm trying to pipe, my hand's like, And I tried to learn to use my left hand for piping. Yeah. How about alpaca cupcakes? Cute. How many more should we look at before I move to the next cookbook? We're not in that much of a hurry. Oh my gosh. Oatmeal bear cookies. Why have I never thought of doing this? That would have been so cute when my guys were smaller. But it looks like this ear is already kind of falling off. I imagine I would have problems with the ears falling off, and then I would have to eat the evidence before the kids see me. Chocolate monkey cookies. Am I holding these up long enough you get a chance to see them? Whoa, I love lemon cookies. I don't know what these are. Oh, it's emoji cookies. And they're crying. Oh, don't cry. Here's the pies and pastries chapter. Kawaii cutout apple pie. Here's some cute little biscuits. They're pig cream puffs. Excuse me, I've been corrected. Nobody on Amazon wants to chat, so I appreciate the people that are chatting. Conversation heart breakfast pastries. So kind of like Pop-Tarts. That would have been nice for Valentine's Day. I have to skip ahead. I can't show you everything. Rainbow fruit tarts. Cute. And healthier. Is this a galaxy? Constellation sugar cookie bars. Wow. That's too much food coloring for me. I don't know about you, but I would be worried about the chemicals there. That's a little bit like, She's teaching us the cake pop basics. I've actually never made a cake pop. Have you? And, oh, cute little narwhal cake pops. Narwhals are getting trendy too. What is it with unicorns and narwhals? Okay, sushi cake pops. Cute. So I think we've had a good tour of Kawaii Sweet World. I'm going to move on to the next cookbook, which is 52 Shabbats. It's the second Jewish cookbook I checked out from the library. This one has gotten great reviews. It's all over Bookstagram and Cookbookstagram, and everyone's freaking out. Faith Kramer is the author. Friday night dinners inspired by a global Jewish kitchen. The Collection Book Studio is the publisher. Ooh, look at this pretty end papers. This came out very recently. January 2022 is when my library got it. Let's check out the table of contents. Annie says it would be so fun if you did a series on best of cookie cookbooks, etc. for each cookbook category. Yes, I will definitely do that. Great suggestion. And I have a lot of cookie cookbooks. The one problem I have is people ask me, what have you cooked out of this? What have you baked out of this? I don't currently have an operational kitchen. I had a little mold incident and we are going under construction and having a renovation done. So we have a microwave and we have a fridge and we have a toaster. We do have a stove and oven, but we don't have a kitchen sink. So I'm not baking cookies right now because it's too hard to clean up. So this is a seasonal cookbook, fall, winter, spring, summer, and then side dishes and accompaniments, desserts and fundamentals. And I miss having Friday night dinner parties. I'm not Jewish, but sometimes my Jewish friends would come over and I would cook for them. And they love that I can't say everything in my house is quote unquote kosher, but I'm a vegetarian. So there's no chance of having any meat near them. So I used to cook for them, but then the pandemic, I'm not having indoor dinner parties right now. So here's info on Jews, Jewish food, and the global Jewish kitchen and other communities. And food is a symbol. How to Shabbat. Friday Night Lights. Bless the bread and wine. Time to eat, discuss, and maybe sing. Other Shabbat customs. Do you have this book, Irit? About the ingredients, butter, flour, bread, garlic, herbs, kosher salt, etc. How to use this book. We're going to start off with fall. We'll take a quick little peek. 52 Shabbats starts in with Rosh Hashanah, the ritual beginning of the Jewish year. So the first recipe of the book, I don't see a photo. Sweet and tart Silan roasted carrots with lentils. Did I say that right? Silan? It's S-I-L-A-N. I've never heard that word. Berber lentils and cauliflower. No picture. Spiced rubbed chicken on root vegetables. This is the second Jewish cookbook I checked out that don't have pictures. Whole roast chicken with herb. Oven fried pickle brine chicken. Wow. Layered chicken and rice plav. I don't know what a plav is. I need to look that up. Turkey with tahini sauce in a sweet potato crust, but no photo. Pomegranate molasses brisket. There've got to be some photos in here. I see some. Brisket fried rice. Stuffed cabbage meatloaf. Eggplant overflowing with lamb. Roast salmon with citrus honey sauce. I live in Seattle and people eat a lot of salmon here. Date syrup. Oh, okay. Thank you. And we're already in the winter chapter with no photos. Now I see some photos. I'm going to skip ahead to the middle. Okay. They put all the photos in the middle, and then at the bottom it says spiced rubbed chicken on root vegetables, page 28, and you'd have to flip back to see it. Well, here's the roast salmon with citrus honey sauce. I don't know why they didn't put those pictures with the recipes. Well, it's a different way to make a cookbook. Matzo ball and pozole chicken soup, and a spice trade fish stew. My boyfriend would love that. I can't personally cook fish for him. I can't stand the smell of it as a lifelong vegetarian. So I take him out and we went to a fish restaurant last night and he could eat all the fish he wanted. This looks good. Mushroom and cheese strudel. Oh, hello from Texas. Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. My Amazon Live people are watching. Hello too. Hello to you guys. Love to hear from you. So we're going to look at the spring chapter, but I'm going to end this cookbook look through pretty soon because there aren't a lot of pictures to look at. The Jewish months that correspond to spring. Almost homemade hummus is the recipe. The mushroom and cheese strudel recipe is in here. Chicken and vegetable tagine. Za'atar roast turkey. Is that a spice that you guys keep in the house? I definitely have za'atar. I use it a lot. When I'm cooking in my barely functional kitchen with my microwave and my oven and my stove and no kitchen sink. Oven baked garlic fries, tahini mashed potatoes, potato latkes, rice pilaf, yellow rice. You get the drift. Let's move on because there aren't enough photos. But the food sounds amazing. So I might hang on to this for another week until the library begs for it back. Now help me out. How do I pronounce the name of this cookbook? It is a Spanish cookbook, so I'm going to say Sabor. It's Flavors from a Spanish Kitchen by Nieves Barragan Mojacho. I think I did that okay. Favorite flavors from a very Spanish kitchen. Let's read what it says in the back. Nieves Barragan Mojacho has a Michelin star and is best known as the former head chef at Barrafina, the world-famous tapas restaurant. Now, when I say tapas, I always enunciate it carefully. Tapas, because I don't want you to think I'm talking about a topless restaurant, right? Let's check this out. I do love tapas. When did this come out? Oh, 2019. Oh, beautiful. So it's a relatively new cookbook, and it looks like my library just got it because it's in pristine condition. The publisher is Penguin, and if I'm not wrong, that is a woman with a Michelin star. That's a little bit more rare than everywhere else. Let's check out the table of contents. Starters and fried bites. Fried food, I love it. Hello, Amazon viewer. Please drop me a note in the chat. Starters and fried bites is the first chapter, then eggs, salads, vegetables, fish and shellfish, meats, desserts, and then they end with oils, sauces, and stocks. When cookbooks do that, I want the sauces at the beginning of the cookbook because I'm going to use the sauces probably in all these chapters if I make the recipes. Okay, here's the author. They grew up in Santurtzi, otherwise known as Santurce, on the coast near Bilbao, an area famous for its sardines. Oh, in the kitchen with family. I love when cookbooks include that. Oh, hello, Jonathan. You're tuned in both places. Thank you for commenting in both places. I really appreciate that. The comments are what makes it fun to do Instagram Live, so I'm not just sitting here talking to myself into a camera like a narcissist. Okay, here's a photo of their favorite ingredients. Here's the famous sardines. Lots of photos, but I want to get to the recipes. I got to skip ahead. Stuffed eggs, cheese, walnuts, and honey, step-by-step photos. This is looking like it's a pretty awesome cookbook. Prawns cooked in salt. Salted anchovies and lardo on toast. Sardines, gazpacho, and red onion salad on toast. It's a very fishy chapter. Calcots and tempura. Lots of photos. I can't complain about this cookbook not having photos. Something called chistorra with cider. Chistorra is a type of chorizo typical to the Basque country in northeast Spain. Okay. Stuffed mussels. Russian salad. They call it ensaladilla rusa. Is a great starter and the star of the show whenever we make it at home. I've never met a Spanish person who doesn't love it. There's no picture of it. The ingredients are potatoes, carrots, eggs, little gem lettuce, tuna or bonito and olive oil, mayonnaise. Russian salads always have mayonnaise. Yep, Russians love their mayonnaise. Here's something called pig's cheek empanados. That is a recipe I've never seen before in a cookbook. You have to have this one, NYC girl says. Really? Because you like tapas too? What would you cook out of this? What's the first thing you would make? I'm in the eggs chapter. Now, I'm a vegetarian, not a vegan, so I love eggs. And I feel like since I'm not eating meat, I can eat lots of eggs every day, more than just one. Tortilla with chorizo, Jerusalem artichoke puree with fried egg and truffle. Yum. Broken eggs, peppers, and potatoes. I'm going to start skipping ahead because we have several more cookbooks to go through. It's 10:30, yeah. Migas. I order migas at restaurants, but it's not the same as making it at home. Persimmon, goat's cheese, and landcress salad. I don't know what landcress is. Hey, Tanya. Tanya from New York, if I'm not mistaken. Let's skip ahead. Ooh, beetroot salad with ajo blanco and dill vinaigrette. Love Spanish food, yes. We used to have a tapas restaurant when I lived in San Diego, and I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it survived the pandemic. This is chicory, anchovy, and salmorejo salad. I hope I said that right. Part of my pronunciations. I did grow up in San Diego, so I've heard lots of Spanish in my life. Vegetables chapter. I'm trying to find a good picture for you. Braised hispy cabbage with garlic cream sauce. Hispy is spelled HISPI? I've never heard of that. What's going on? Yes, Tanya is in New York City. Flat green bean, tomato, and potato stew. So on YouTube, you guys can't see which books I'm talking about next, but on Amazon, they're able to kind of flip ahead and see what I'm going to talk about next. This is grilled courgettes with parsnip puree and rocket pesto. And what do we call rocket here in America? Here's the fish and shellfish chapter. I'll just find a quick photo. Whoa. What is going on? Fish and I don't know what recipe that is. It looks good. Clams in salsa verde. Salt cod with pumpkin puree and black olive salad is a recipe I've never seen in a cookbook before. Wow. Skate with chorizo piperada. Let's skip ahead. Chicken and mojo rojo and patatas a la pobre. Whew. That looks like a good winter dish. Pork belly and mojo verde. Anybody like pork belly here? Not me, but I'm glad I could show you the picture. Potato and chorizo stew. I have seen a lot of bloggers this week just making stew all week long because it's cold. It's about to snow here in Seattle, which I'm looking forward to. Pan-fried lamb sweetbreads. Ooh, I don't want to know what sweetbreads are. Okay. I'm not very adventurous. Oh, we're in the dessert chapter, lemon sorbet. I love lemon sorbet. I think of that as Italian, though, not necessarily Spanish, but anyone can like sorbet. Flan. I knew there'd be a flan recipe. And how about... Well, I think we're done. All right. That was Sabor, flavors from a Spanish kitchen. And I love giving you a little look through of it because if you don't have this at your library and you're thinking of buying it on Amazon, sometimes you can click look inside the book and sometimes you can see a couple photos, but you really can't flip through it. So I like to do it for you. Next up, excuse me, you're going to hear the sound of me tossing cookbooks in a pile next to me. I grabbed Alpine Cookbook, Comfort Food from the Mountains, because I thought that sounded intriguing. And let's see if I can find where it is over here. Ah, there it is, Alpine. It is currently only $14 on Amazon. That makes me think it's maybe a little older. Hans Gerlach is the author. Welcome to the world of hearty mountain food. This beautifully illustrated book celebrates the traditional favorites and offers a modern take on the recipes to bring them into the 21st century. Alpine Cookbook features classics such as fondue. Anyone here like fondue? Love it. I mean, you're basically dipping food into cheese. Hello. They also feature raclette and delicious dumplings, ravioli, and Kaiserschmarrn. I'm sure I said that wrong, alongside secret recipes passed down from generation to generation. Woohoo! The author, Hans Gerlach, grew up in the Alps. In this book, he uses his experience as a chef in Michelin-starred restaurants to update his favorite mountain dishes with a lighter, more health-conscious approach. Yes, that's going to be really important. Totally. All right, Alpine Cookbook. This is going to be the last one we look through. No, I think I can make it through a few. I'm just going to hurry through. I won't spend so much time in every chapter, but I love cookbooks so much. I just have to leave to go to brunch because I want to be punctual and not be late for my friend because that would be rude. Also, I'm really craving a mimosa and I can't get one till I get there. Chapters, snacks and light meals, soups. Oh, small dishes and vegetarian cuisine. Yes, a chapter for me. Cheese dishes, and then fish, meat, pastries, and desserts. Okay, forward pictures of the mountains that he lives in. He writes that his first food memory is round and sweet. Grandmother's Zwetschgenknödel, plum dumplings. Okay. I know I just butchered the pronunciation of that. Snacks and light meals. Starts off with an Alpine hot dog and a photo of the food. Thank you. Bosna with onion mustard. Sounds good to me. Sour onions. Whoa. I would eat that. Cabbage flatbread with something I don't want to try and pronounce. Okay, fine, I will. Bunderfleisch and endive salad. Musc de Provence pumpkin with South Tyrolean speck. Speck is meat, right? Is it pork? Mâché lettuce and toasted pumpkin seeds. Potato cheese spread with bacon and rye bread and step-by-step photos. Yay. I have to skip ahead to the next chapter. Potato salad with wild mushrooms. Ooh, horseradish dumplings, mini mushroom dumplings, and mini cheese dumplings. Small dishes and vegetarian cuisine is the next chapter. Wait, Spinach dumplings in beef broth is not vegetarian. What? Excuse me. I would make this recipe and I would use vegetable broth. Zillertal dumplings with sauteed beet salad looks good. If you're just joining us, please drop a note in the comments with where you are and what kind of cookbooks you'd like me to look through next week. Cauliflower with bechamel sauce. Baked black salsify. Is salsify an herb? I read about it in the Kitchen Front book from the UK, but I don't know what salsify is. Buckwheat ravioli with a burrata wild garlic filling. Looks good. I'm going to jump ahead. Red beets with horseradish cream. Gruyere cheese tarts. I have to focus on this for a moment. How good does that look? Oh, I love tarts. Raclette with honey and nuts. And you know, with raclette, you have easy cleanup because everyone eats all the cheese and they use their bread to scrape it out of the pot, so you don't really have any leftovers to worry about. Alpine chutney with quinces. I'm not at the level of making my own chutney right now. Baked cheesy noodles. Cabbage flan with fondue. Smoked trout patties with cucumber salad. Trout grostel with potato chips and crispy sage. I need to make some crispy sage. I've seen it in several cookbooks lately. Tri-tip with tarragon lemon mustard. And Swiss sauerbraten. That's a giant portion. I hope that's the family platter, not just for one person. Goulash with elderberries. I wondered if we were going to see some goulash in this cookbook. Braised beef cheeks. Veal rolled roast with a dried pear filling. That's not the best photo in the world. Spelt rindling. We're in the dessert chapter. Mini cheese-filled pancakes with raspberries. And port wine kletzen and cherry roster. Blueberry compote and a rhubarb compote with rhubarb strawberry sauce. That would be good for spring when my rhubarb comes up in my yard. That was Alpine Cookbook. We're going to move on. I'm pointing out my reading glasses to you. There they are. Okay. Ooh, my iPhone just wanted to fall over. The next cookbook is a big one. It's going to be the last one that I look through. I'm not going to make it to the other three right now. Baltic. New and old recipes from Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania by Simon Bajada or Bajada. I think it's Bajada. I have not looked through very many Estonian or Latvian or Lithuanian cookbooks, so I had to grab this from the library. I'm super curious. Doesn't say anything on the back. Hardy Grant is the publisher. All right, and let's start off. Oh, here we go. In Recipes, Words, and Pictures, Baltic showcases the unique culinary landscape of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, bringing the Baltic's answer to New Nordic to your kitchen. Nearly 70 recipes celebrate this wholesome, creative, and intensely seasonal cuisine, as well as stunning photography captures the color and vibrancy of the produce, culture, and landscapes as these unique countries reconnect with the past and embrace new promise for the future. Okay. Hardy Grant. Chapters. Dairy Coast Garden. I don't need glasses to read this huge font. You see that? Garden Farm Bakery Sweets and Drinks, and a thank you at the end for reading it. Oh. This says, what sounds are heard in the kitchens alongside the Baltic Sea? Crackling, crunching, sizzling, bubbling, boiling, and quietly steaming. What is the taste of foods along the Baltic Sea? The most important thing is to strike a balance among the various flavors that come from nature with regard to tradition and innovation. Okay. Honeys from the purest nectar, sour milks, black breads, poppy and hemp seeds, caraway and cabbages. These are some of the many ingredients that first drew me to the wholesome, creative, practical, and intensely seasonal world of Baltic cuisine. Lithuania. The Baltic Way. We're going to learn a lot from this cookbook. Recipe notes. Dairy. Let's get to the recipes. Summer's milk soup. Whoa, look at this color. Chilled beetroot soup. Wow. Beetroot and potato salad with smoked chicken. Very colorful. Curd chocolate. Curd donuts. Hello, I'm hungry for donuts. Maybe the restaurant I'm going to has some. Curd pancakes with sour cream and blackcurrant jam. I've got to start skipping ahead if we're going to make it through this. Smoked cod, potato and onion hot pot. Smoked fish and celeriac remoulade with sourdough. Fish in beetroot sauce. They really like cooking with beets here, don't they? Roast carrot soup, smoked cheese, and rye crumble. Preserved cucumbers. I knew they were going to have some pickles here. We're in the farm chapter. Okay, let's get to a recipe. Oh, come on. Do I have to try and say it? Okay. I've never seen this word in my life. It's Hockley Hockaste. Hockley Hockaste? I tried. Okay, I tried. Someone in the future is going to watch this video and be like, Carrie, seriously? Why did you mangle that word? Because I've never seen it. Now, pelmeni, I have a pelmeni maker that I bought from Williams-Sonoma. I have never made pelmeni, and I have no excuse now because now I have a recipe for it. And as a vegetarian, I'll be putting something else inside, probably mushrooms, not minced ground beef and pork. I could put my crumbles, my vegetarian crumbles. Now, they call this pierogi. Some cultures would call it pierogi. And I could, again, make that myself. Instead of putting the meat in there that they want me to put in, bacon, I will put my bacon in there. Lamb, beer, and honey. Pork and cranberry stuffed cabbage rolls. Roast pork, braised red cabbage, and buckwheat. I'm skipping. Ooh, garlic black bread snacks. I have not seen that in a cookbook before. Have you? Wow. Everyone has stopped chatting. Fine. Rhubarb crumble cake. Spelt and cardamom butter cookies. And, ooh, Baltic layered honey cake. Let's end on that note. That is beautiful. Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't finish the last 3 cookbooks that I had on my list, but I will be streaming later today on Sunday, February 20. I'm going to end in the evening because my favorite TV show is back. I'm going to tell you, it's The Walking Dead. Love it. All right, I'm going to blow out my live streaming candle, champagne toast, because we don't leave candles burning when we leave the house, do we? Smoke. Thank you so much for watching. I will be live streaming at the amazon.com/live/Cookbook Divas channel. More today. And all week I have special events. We're going to look through Little House on the Prairie, the cookbook. We're going to chat with other Little House on the Prairie fans about the books and the shows. I love that series. Later this week, we're going to do a Julia Child. We're not going to completely look through her cookbooks. We're going to more focus on biographies of her life. And we're also going to have a little book club for The Kitchen Front, which is an awesome book that came out a year or 2 ago about World War II victory kitchens and cooking in wartime, and a contest that these ladies enter and they want to win it and they have to help each other even though they're enemies. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next live stream. And I have to end it here. And then I can end it over here.